They built this monstrous apartment building. It's taken up all our parking around here, so we try to shovel each other out.
One other thing I wanted to ask you about, Cindy. So we were talking about this hill in the middle of your block here. How treacherous does this hill get? How about the other hills right in the immediate area?
It gets real slippery if they don't plow and salt at the same time. The cars can't make it off. The wheels start spinning. The street's starting to collapse a little bit, so it makes it tough in spots. Like the rocks come up, off the ground, and it just makes it hard for people to get up any of these hills. If you don't know how to drive, if you didn't grow up around here, forget it. You ain't getting around.
That sounds like an absolute Roxborough attitude right there. So the community definitely working together, and I love that they are getting ahead of all of this. They had the snow blower out. They got about 4 or 5 people out here. It's neighbors shoveling out neighbors, even as the snow obviously is coming down at a really good clip. It's quite the Roxborough neighborhood tale. That is the very latest live out here. I'm George Spencer, NBC 10 News.
Got a very familiar attitude right there, but also something common in Philadelphia, people helping other people out there on those streets.
Hey, you and I, Keith, are natives to the Philly area. There's one thing for sure. It is the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Don't forget it. NBC 10, Sydney Long. She's live for us now in Gloucester Township. We head from the city to the suburbs, South Jersey. So, Sid, talk to us about the folks out there. What are you seeing? More people out on the road or hopefully less?
Rosemary, I can tell you travel has been light, but despite a state of emergency, folks are still hitting the roadways out here, and we can tell you we're getting a good coating of snow. You can tell by the trees out here and some of the slush-covered sidewalks that it is beginning to accumulate. I want to put a couple things in perspective for you. Come back over for me this way, because even though we've had those days that have felt like spring, take a look. This is a snow pile left over from 2 weeks ago. So here we go. This is old snow. Take a look right over here. These were just covered in a little bit of ice. These bushes were covered in a little bit of ice this morning when we arrived. So now you can see probably about a good 2 inches here, but it's brushing off as well. Of course, we have our NBC 10 scraper, but you're really not going to need this today. You can take a brush simply. You're going to be heading out. Clear your windshield pretty easily. I have my wipers up here, so remember, you do want to clear your cars off if you're going to be on the road, because this is the kind of snow that it'll come down right off the hood and it'll land right here on your windshield. You won't be able to see. We were catching up with some folks, teachers included, and some other folks that tell me they're getting out and about, but they're making sure to stay close to home because they know things can turn on a dime in storms like these. Take a listen.
It's starting to get bad now. I mean, the conditions seem like they're picking up and everything, so just figured I'd get out of the house real quick, and they were having a Descendants 2 party, so, trying to sneak out for a little bit.
The main roads have been salted, but the side roads haven't been salted yet.
Was it a little slippery or what?
It's a little slippery. You have to take your time now.
So we know that the managers here and the employees at Wawa, they have been out salting. They've been shoveling as essential employees, and some other of those folks are getting out to gas up. But this is also one of those storms where it's a tale of 2 businesses, where you see the Wawa open, the Panera across the street, the Wendy's open. That's so those employees may be able to get a bite for lunch as they work through the day out here to clear these roads. And then some other strip malls, these businesses here completely closed up shop for the day. So they weren't open. We're also checking with police, and they tell us, thankfully right now, because people are playing it safe during this snowstorm, maybe what they learned from some of the other storms, they're only dealing with very minor accidents at this time, at least across Camden County and here in Gloucester Township. That's the latest live in Gloucester Township. I'm Sydney Long, NBC 10 News.
It's a good thing that we're getting these storms toward the end of the season, so people are getting used to this kind of weather. Stay put, stay inside.
And to strengthen that argument, let's go to NBC 10 First Alert traffic reporter Pamela Osborne right now. Reduced visibility making things really brutal out there.
Yeah, it's difficult to see. This is a live look now at 95 right at Academy Road. Hardly a car on the roadway. Even if there was, you really wouldn't be able to see it just based on the amount of snow that's in the air right now. A lot of accidents are popping up all throughout